All right, we all want to teach our students about cooperation, but sometimes that's difficult. Well, I'm going to show you a really cool, really powerful game that you can use to really drive that point home. It's called The Prisoner's Dilemma. Originally, it started with a thought experiment about prisoners. We can use it without talking about jail at all. Here's how it works. First of all, kids are going to pick you are going to assign a partner. Each partner is going to make a choice. Okay? Every round, each partner is going to make a choice. They're going to make their choice secretly and then show their partner. They can choose two different things: cooperate or betray. And then after they do a round, they're going to do it again and again and again. Now, here's the way the points are given out. If they both cooperate with each other, each person gets 3 points. If they both betray each other, each person only gets 1 point. So it is obviously better to cooperate with each other than to betray each other. But there's a wrinkle. Here it is. If one person betrays the other and that other person cooperates, the person who betrays, the betrayer, gets 4 points, and the one who cooperates gets nothing. That's the way the game is scored, and it opens up this really interesting wrinkle. You are better off cooperating with each other than betraying each other, but no matter what your partner chooses, you're better off choosing betray. So if your partner chose cooperate, if you cooperate with them, you get 3, but if you betray, you get 4. So if they chose cooperate, you're better off choosing betray. If your partner chose betray, if you cooperate, you get nothing. And if you betray, you get 1. So if your partner chooses betray, you're better off betraying. So no matter what, you are better off betraying than cooperating. So the self-interest always inclines people to betray, but if both people act in their self-interest, well, they're worse off than if they had been able to cooperate together. So I explain that idea to the students, and then I introduce a little bit of competition. I tell them the goal is to try and get as many points as possible, and I let them play. They play 5 or 6 rounds against an opponent, and then they get a different partner, and they play another 5 or 6 rounds. And do you know what happens? Make a hypothesis in your mind about what's going to happen when students do this. I've done this a lot. And the results always look the same. Something like this. You get students all over the map. Some have a little bit more, some have a little bit less, some cooperate too much, some betray too much, but they always end up below where they would have been if they had just cooperated the whole time. See that 90 up at the top? After 30 rounds, if you always just cooperated, if everybody cooperated the whole time, everybody would have ended up with 90 points. By playing it competitively, everybody gets lower point totals. So it teaches about the power of cooperation. We're able to connect this game to our lives, to say there are lots of situations in life where if you're just looking out for yourself, on the long run, not only does the class lose, but you yourself lose. You get fewer points than if you had just been able to cooperate the whole time. And we're going to look throughout the year at situations where cooperation makes everybody better, where it might seem like it's in your best interests to be selfish, but really we all thrive when we're able to cooperate. So for the rest of the year, we can refer back to that game and say, this is a situation where it might seem tempting to be selfish, to act for your own interest, but in actuality, well, we're all better off. You are better off if you help us be the kind of class that cooperates. It's a really cool game. Try it with your kids and see.